we are a little more than 24 hours away from the next debates in the Republican presidential campaign season. This time, expect an emphasis on the economy. But that hasn't prevented GOP candidates from taking swings at each other on a host of issues today. Chief Political Correspondent Carl Cameron is in Milwaukee tonight.
With the general election 364 days from now and the fourth GOP debate tomorrow in Milwaukee, hosted by Fox Business.
A lot of people are saying, Donald, you're the most amazing guy.
Donald Trump, who emerged from Saturday Night Live unscathed this weekend, is attacking Ben Carson. And Carson's attacking the media. Carson says it's time to move on from his personal history. A Seventh-day Adventist, he casts himself as a champion of religious conservatives and under attack from godless liberals.
To the secular progressive movement in this country, I'm a very big threat because, they can look at the polling data and they can see that, I'm the candidate who's most likely to be able to beat Hillary Clinton.
In his book Gifted Hands, Carson described several violent incidents during his youth. Reporters unable to confirm details have since questioned Carson's honesty. Today, Parade magazine reposted a 1997 interview with Carson's mom, corroborating at least one of the anecdotes in question. Trump's been relentless.
It's a tough thing. I mean, he writes a book where he went after his mother, hit her on the head, or wanted to hit her on the head with a hammer. Hitting a friend in the face with a padlock, hard in the face, stabbing somebody. But, he said he has pathological disease.
So you don't believe him? You don't believe him, do you?
Well, if you have pathological disease, that's a problem. I mean, he wrote it. I didn't write it.
When you check his credit cards.
Trump last week targeted Marco Rubio for alleged lavish spending with a Florida State Republican Party credit card years ago. He charged $22,000 in personal expenses to the GOP's card and paid $1,700 in late fees.
I intend to focus on my record.
Now Ted Cruz is positioning against Rubio as a moderate and casting himself as the conservative in the race. In South Carolina, home of the first Southern primary, Carson has inched into the lead, although Trump is within the margin of error. Ted Cruz, Rubio, and Jeb Bush are all in a virtual three-way tie for third. The last two Republican debates were roundly criticized for liberal bias and gotcha questions. FBN moderators Neil Cavuto and Maria Bartiromo have publicly promised substantive debate questions tomorrow night, but the frontrunners are already in a brawl.
And there's also a big battle brewing over getting on the ballot in a number of states. Today, in Arkansas, neither Jim Gilmore or George Pataki even bothered to file to get on the ballot. All the rest of the candidates did. Last week in Alabama, again, no Gilmore or Pataki. And of the rest of the field, only 4 candidates, Donald Trump, Ben Carson, Marco Rubio, and Ted Cruz, actually filed a full slate of delegates to bring with them to the convention. It shows considerable organizational prowess against the rest of the field, some of whom filed no delegates at all. Bret?
And we'll be following that. Carl Cameron live in Milwaukee. Carl, thanks.